Small Business Development Department is accelerating its developmental mandate and drive to tackle the country's job crisis. It's doing this by recognizing the important role small, medium and micro enterprises play in economic growth. The department is hosting the inaugural National Presidential SMME Awards this month to celebrate entrepreneurial excellence. Small Business Development Spokesperson Mcintosh Polela joins us now live to give us more details. Mr. Polela, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. Tell us a bit more about this inaugural event and how you're hoping it will assist SMMEs.
So this inaugural event is happening because we want to recognize SMMEs. Often the work of the SMMEs is a very lonely and grueling one, and it is important that we recognize them. But it is also important to foster the spirit of entrepreneurship. I mean, as you know, South Africa has an unacceptably high levels of unemployment, and the small business sector has been identified as the one that is potentially going to rescue South Africa. If you look at all the industrialized countries in the world, they're driven by small businesses. And it is important for us to foster the spirit of entrepreneurship and encourage small businesses, because the more we encourage them and the more we support them, the more we can achieve our goal of creating millions and millions of jobs through small business.
You're absolutely right about that, and this is what small business has been asking for a while, for them not to be seen as just a merely small part of what could be the solution to our unemployment rate in South Africa. But, you know, Mr. Polela, there's also another thorn on your side, and that is, of course, Eskom and the load shedding that is affecting small businesses. How are they surviving? Are you speaking to your counterparts in the SOE department?
Look, we are speaking to all the stakeholders. The small businesses, we've just done a roadshow starting from the beginning of the year, and we've just ended a couple of weeks ago in KZN. And load shedding was one of the issues that the small businesses raised, and they said that it affects them a lot. I mean, it affects big business, but it also affects small businesses. But the thing about small businesses is, they don't have the big budget to be going out to buy generators and and having that stash of cash to be able to keep for a rainy day. Often what you find with small businesses is they are survivalists, and they employ one or two people, and even those one or two people, it is very important. And yes, we're talking to everybody. We're glad that President Ramaphosa recently announced solutions to this. It's not going to be solved overnight, but we're looking forward to a day where there is no load shedding, so that small businesses can thrive and do the work that they're supposed to do and assist the country in creating the much needed jobs.
So the inaugural presidential award is, you've opened nominations. This is the first one to take place. How do people, small business owners, how do they get in touch to, try and be one of the ones that are awarded?
We actually have, we've had a lot of take up. We have a lot of success with this. As I sit and I talk to you, we have more than 6,400 people that have applied to be nominated. And the closing for the nominations is today. It's through CFA and CEDA. So if you haven't applied as a small business, you have a very small window of opportunity to still do so, and we encourage you to do so before we close. But I'm glad to announce that this has been a huge success, and that we have more than 6,400 people that have already entered.
And what would the department or the judges be considering the most? I mean, if, for instance, the small business owners have to motivate, how would you advise them to motivate, for them to be considered to be amongst the best?
Look, we're looking for uniqueness. We're looking. That small businesses strive under very, very difficult conditions, but there's always the ones that stand out, and your aim is always to stand out. What do you do differently? How does your grit and grinding go? And what challenge? How do you meet your challenges? For instance, I mean, we're looking for people that go the extra way to make sure that they stand out, that push extra hard, and knowing the challenges that we have in South Africa. And I'm sure we'll find a lot of those that just keep going no matter what happens. We've had a lot of challenges. I mean, we've had the riots in KZN in July 2021. We've just come out of COVID.
Yeah.
And we've just, especially for KZN, we've just had floods. And so small businesses have gone through a lot. And I'm sure we will find those that just keep going and then that don't give up. Those are the kind of people that we're looking for, but because that's the kind of spirit that we are encouraging, to knock on doors when it's and open doors when it's impossible to open those doors. Those are the kind of people that we're looking for, that are passionate about small business and are passionate about helping this country create jobs, that are passionate about helping communities, go on with their livelihood to make sure that their communities are a success.
All right. Hopefully one of them, Mr. Polela, or a few of them have a solution, a business solution to our electricity and water crisis. I think those ones should be the ones that you concentrate on as well. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That was Small Business Development Minister spokesperson Mcintosh Polela. Right.